Good morning, I'm Hayley and welcome to a very red-nosed news round. Lots of you all over the country are putting the last-minute touches to your comic relief outfits. Frankie and Alex have already sent us these pictures in the last few minutes. Looking good, guys. And across the country, celebs and schools are gearing up for a day of being funny for money. Here's Aisha and I getting ourselves ready. Pretty cool. And these guys are getting in on the action too. Thank you for coming into the Newsround studio, guys. You look fantastic. Freya, can I ask you, what have you been doing for comic relief?
I made cookies and sold them to all my neighbours.
Fantastic. Are these some cookies here?
Yes.
Oh, lovely. I'll just take them. Thank you very much. No, we'll have them later. But, Christine, what have you been doing for comic relief?
Well, I've been tidying my playroom for once in my life.
For once in your life? Well done. And, Lucy, why do you think comic relief is so important?
Comic relief is so important because we raise money for people that aren't as lucky as us.
That's a really good answer. Yeah, that's exactly why we're doing it. Well done. Now, it's not just you guys who are doing stuff. You lot all over the country have been sending in your comments too. They've been sending them into the Newsround website. Now, I think we've got some of the comments here, haven't we, Amy?
Aidan says, at our school, we're wearing our own clothes, making silly faces with face paints, like turning our face into a bottom.
Turning our face into a bottom? Good one, Aidan. And Harry, what comment have you got?
I should say, for comic relief, I'm going to have a bake-off, and with all the cakes I make, I'm going to sell them to my friends and family.
Oh, cake sales, brilliant. Thank you, Harry. And Max, what does yours say?
Jack, age 10, says, my school is having a funny face day, and me and my best friend are wearing our mum's makeup.
Oh, mum's makeup. That is fantastic. And have we got another comment in here?
Erin says she's entering the school talent show with her BFF and we are doing a comedy act and a duet. Plus, the whole school are dressing up in red.
Oh, just like you guys. That's fantastic. And I think we've got a Spider-Man on the run somewhere. Spider-Man, how are you doing? What have you been doing for comic relief? We've gone a bit quiet now, haven't we? Now we're on air. Are you by any chance dressing up as Spider-Man for the day? Yes, I don't know how I thought of that. And what are you doing for comic relief?
Drawing a picture and selling it and helping Mummy.
Oh, that's a very good thing to do, helping Mummy. And what are you doing for comic relief? Are you dressing up in red?
Yeah.
Yes, I thought you were. Well, thank you so much for coming in, guys. You're absolutely fantastic. I hope the day goes well. But you lot at home are doing loads as well. So we want to know what you were up to for comic relief today. If you're making your face funny for money, or if you're doing a sponsored dance-a-thon, tell us what you're up to. And we really want to see pictures and videos too, so please send them in. Next to a fairy tale. Well, not quite. At a forest in Somerset, hundreds of fairy boxes have been attached to trees, apparently so that children can leave messages for fairies. But could these fairy homes be damaging the natural woodland? Well, Aisha's got this one.
There's a good chance you've heard the word fairy tale. Well, how about fairy control? Here at Wayford Woods in Somerset, the local trust are trying to put a stop to these things, fairy boxes. Recognisable by their trademark door and quirky designs, these boxes have been put up over a long period of time in the area by members of the public, especially children. And with little tokens, fairy toys and notes secretly put behind some of the doors, these woods have now become known as the Fairy Woods. At its peak almost a year ago, more than 200 little doors had been screwed or nailed onto trees in the woods. And there have been as many as 10 doors put up on a single tree in some areas. They may seem harmless, but the people who own the woodland think they can cause damage to the trees.
And we're pleased to see the children come to the woods, but what we don't want is the parents having a competition between them to do the best door. And so in some of the doors you can see just behind us here, those doors have been screwed into the trees and we don't want that. If you'll come, we would like to lean them against the trees or put a little stake in and put the door on the stake. Otherwise the goblins will come and take them away.
OK, so that's not going to happen. But the local trust are concerned that some of the designs are a bit too bright and take away the natural feel of the woods. But they're still happy for fairy boxes to be put up in the future, as long as they're not nailed to the trees. Which means this fairy tale seems to have a happy ending.
Thank you, Aisha. And I think Harry had a visit from a tooth fairy yesterday, didn't you? Look at that. Now, next up in the news, do you want to build another snowman? Do you guys like Frozen?
Yeah!
Yeah! Yes! Well, I'm glad because the new Frozen film, Disney's just announced that it's coming out very, very soon. There's no news on a release date though just yet, but it follows the massive success of the first film and will come after a 7-minute Frozen film called Frozen Fever, being shown just before Cinderella in cinemas later this month. So we'll look out for that. And finally, staff at San Diego Zoo in the US have been having a big party because Joanne, the youngest gorilla there, has just celebrated her first birthday. Joanne and her gorilla troupe enjoyed cupcakes and lots of different fruit and vegetables, and apparently it all went down a treat. Well, that's all from us lot, but Newsround is back this afternoon when Martin will have a Red Nose Day update. Now, don't forget the rest of today's top stories are on the website, and make sure you send us your red nose pictures. Bye, everyone. Should we say bye? Bye!